Hello YouTubers, and welcome into this what was supposed to be a dry ride, but the weather had its own plans. Well, luckily it's just a drizzle, so you know, with these temperatures that we're having, heat and a half, I think it's like 23-24 degrees easily. So the drizzle is maybe even good to cool us down. The riddle for today is going to be viskas varvast, and that translates roughly as through a toe. So what do you think that means if someone throws a toe? The story I wanted to tell today is another story that's linked to my friend, like the past couple of stories. And this time we had planned a fishing vacation, and he got ill just before my vacation started. So he said, sorry, I can't come, you go on ahead, do what you want to do. I already had rented a car, so you know, I used that to get around, and tried fishing on a couple of lakes. And suddenly he called, listen, I'm all better now, are you still in the area? You could pick me up and we could go fishing somewhere. We can't go to the house at the southern Estonia that we had planned, because the owner is no longer there and can't let us in. But we could, you know, try some rivers or something in middle of Estonia. He had some rivers looked up from the map. Unfortunately, water level was quite high because it had been raining that week. But we decided to try anyway, because, you know, fishing is not all about getting fish. And we just wanted to check out those rivers too. And now this is where the story really starts. Before that, this was just, you know, setting the scene or something. What do you call it? And I drove to, you know, a point on the map he had chosen. I found a place where to park the car, and we decided that he'll walk down one side of the river and I'll take the other side, and we'll just see if we can catch anything, and then we'll meet back at the car at some time. And I headed off upstream, and I cast my lures here and there, and you can see that the flow is fast, the river level is high, so there isn't really much hope of getting anything, because you can't find the correct spot so easily. But after, you know, trying some time, I found a promising spot. It was like bend in the river, and there was quite steep shore, but at the bottom of it there was this little ledge where I could stand and cast, and there was this little pocket where the water was almost still. So obviously, if the fish are going to be hunting somewhere, that's where they will sit, because that takes the least effort. So I cast my lure far down the river and started reeling it in quite slowly towards this you know, pocket of calm water, and slowly because the water flow was quite fast, so I didn't want to make the lure go crazy, but just, you know, play right. I get the hit and I hook the fish up and I reel it in. It's a pike, a young pike, under the legal limit, so I have to let it back. Now, one thing to know is that I don't like throwing fish back into the water. I find it disrespectful. The fish fought for its life. I had a battle with it, and it deserves to, you know, get respectful treatment. So I took the lure off. It was hooked right into the jaw, you know, no damage. I went right to the edge of the water and started letting the fish into the water. The fish, sensing it's in water, rocketed off, and I felt the ground underneath my feet just falling away. Basically, it wasn't the ground, it was just soft mud. And you know, I'm trying to get up, but I can't because my feet are sinking in deeper, and because of the backpack I had on my back, I'm also falling forward. And you know, as I'm falling forward, I spot the water coming towards my face, and I can't, you know, stand up. And I reach out my hands in front of me to get some support, but they also meet just soft mud, nothing else. And I'm realizing that my face is almost in the water already, and I get a big breath of air, thinking, how am I going to get out of this? And then I realized why I'm just standing, you know, keeping my arms straight in front. I did, you know, almost swimming like motion with my hands to turn myself around, so I had my face upwards and basically crawled out of the water and the mud. And I got out, obviously, but the problem is that now I'm all wet. And it was springtime. It wasn't, well, maybe early summer, but it wasn't warm. It was like 9-10 degrees maybe, so it's fine being outside if you have the proper clothing, but it's not fine being outside in wet clothing. And I just picked up my things and walked to the car. When at the car, I saw my friend hadn't returned yet, so, you know, I took off my wet clothes, I put them on a bush nearby into the sun, hoping that maybe they will get a little bit drier while I wait. I sat in the car in my underwear and boots. So I started thinking that I have nothing to wear, I need to head back home. I had a sweater and a raincoat, but that's all I had. I didn't have any spare trousers, and my feet were still dry because I have good boots, and when I strap them properly or tie the boot laces properly, then my feet stay dry, even if I'm knee deep in the water, but yeah, everything else was wet. By the time my friend got back, the clothes weren't dry yet, so we discussed what to do. And he said, like, oh, look at that, it's a nice bus, old thingy. I've ridden in one of those as a kid. We discussed what to do. He said, like, think how long ride it's back home, then the whole day is wasted. It would be nice to still try a couple of rivers, and maybe we can just go to a nearby town and get some new trousers. I thought, why not? Let's try. So there I was in the town of Vendra, and I had a raincoat on, fluorescent color, then no trousers. Luckily the raincoat covered me almost to the knees, and then, you know, bare legs and hiking boots, or army boots, or what they call them. Walking from store to store asking, do they sell trousers? Eventually I found a store that did sell trousers, but it was closed. But the storekeeper at the next door store said that, oh, I have the key, let's go and I'll get you the trousers. You know, being kind like that, like people from small towns are. And I got some sweatpants that fit me, and then I was able to continue the fishing journey. We didn't catch anything, obviously, because we only tried rivers, and as I said, the water level was high. Yeah, walking around trouserless in a town, done that. The answer to the riddle, throwing a toe, means fleeing, escaping, running away. Yes. Did you think that? Was it obvious? Or did you think something else? Anyway, this is it for this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time.